that for him. We're just about set for first pitch here on the ORU Sports Network as well as on the Purdue Fort Wayne website. And let's get to the starting lineup. First for the Golden Eagles as the visitors today. Jake McMurray will lead off and play third base. McMurray moved into the leadoff spot a little over a week ago and has been really good in that capacity. McMurray in the last 10 games is hitting .346. That is fourth highest on the team in that time frame. So McMurray has been very good over the last couple of weeks here. Hunter Wilson will hit second and play second base. Spencer Henson batting third and playing first. Isaac Coffey will DH and be in the cleanup spot again today. Andrew Pace hitting fifth and playing left. Blake Hull will hit sixth and play center field. Hunter Swift hitting seventh and playing right. Riley Kaiser will hit eighth and catch, and Anthony Martinez hitting ninth and playing shortstop. Again, that's McMurray, Wilson, Henson, Coffey, Pace, Hall, Swift, Kaiser, Martinez. The defense for the Mastodons today: LaVere behind the plate, up at first, Chapman at second, Yoho at short, and Stoner at third, Brunson in left, Lang in center, and Dixon in right. Tyler Kissinger will be on the mound today.
Leading off third baseman number 4, Jake McMurray.
Kissinger this season, an .840 ERA, 2-3 record in 20 appearances, but this is his first start of the season. 30 innings pitched, allowed 37 hits, 31 runs, 28 of them earned, struck out 23 and walked 25. A .316 average against him. 4 home runs allowed, is tied for second most on the team. 0-1 count to Jake McMurray as we're underway. Golden Eagles able to knock yesterday's starter, Cameron Boyd, out in the first inning for Purdue Fort Wayne. You hear the footsteps of Hunter Wilson, the on-deck man, jogging over to get the ball that got away there. The count is even at 1-1 to McMurray, who does not yet have an official at bat in this series. He was hit by 2 pitches and drew 5 walks yesterday. Hits this one hard to the right side. Will it stay fair? It will not. That hit on the warning track just about a foot into foul territory. Dixon was unable to get to it. That would have been at least a double for McMurray, where that ball was hit, possibly even 3 bases because of how long it took to carry out there, but it's just a long strike 2. That ball yesterday, with the way the wind was blowing, clears the fence by probably 25 feet, though it may have still been foul. One-two count to Jake McMurray. The Golden Eagles got out to a very fast start yesterday, scoring 9 runs in the first inning. Over the course of the first 12 batters, course of the first 11 batters, only 1 got out. Here's a foul tip off the bat of McMurray. That'll keep the count at 1-2. McMurray hitting .314 overall on the year, 3 extra base hits. On base percentage was at .429 coming into the weekend, and that only went up yesterday, reaching 5 times. Fouls one off over the right side. Keeps the count at 1-2. Murray hoping that Kissinger will make a mistake, leave him one up that he can hit hard somewhere. Outfielders are playing fairly shallow here, especially Brunson in left. The wind blowing a little bit, but not nearly like it was yesterday, as a breaking ball is again fouled off by McMurray. So where yesterday, if you were going to hit it to left, you were going to have to really crush it to get one out. You don't have to hit it quite as hard to lift one over the wall and left today. Spencer Henson was a victim of that. He absolutely smoked a ball up the left field line that barely got to the wall on the roll because it just hit a wall of wind. Conversely, anything to right just shot off the bat. 1-2 count still. This one grounded back up the middle. The shortstop, Yoho, ranging behind the bag, spins into the 360 and throws to first. The throw is off the mark. Safe at first is Jake McMurray. That'll be scored a hit. That would have been a very tough play for Yoho behind the bag. So a leadoff single for McMurray, and the Golden Eagles have a leadoff man on.
Second baseman number 24, Hunter Wilson.
It's encouraging just to see Yoho playing in this game. He had to exit the contest yesterday after being hit in the face by a pitch in the, what inning was that? That was the third inning. Took a seat for the rest of the contest, but is back in action today. Hunter Wilson to the plate now. Runner on first, nobody out, top of the first inning. Ball one, misses low and away. A 7-pitch at bat for Jake McMurray to start things off. Wilson yesterday, 2 for 3, 3 RBI, a run scored, drew a walk as well. Up to 345 on the year. Pickoff move behind McMurray, he's back in safely. Wilson behind only Spencer Henson in the average category at this point of the season in terms of on the Golden Eagle roster. Lines one, snagged by the second baseman. The throw behind McMurray is not quite in time. A nice play by Chapman ranging to his right to reach over and pick that ball out of the air. One down for Spencer Henson.
First baseman number 14, Spencer Henson.
Henson 2 for 4 yesterday, including an RBI double. Home runs on the year. Henson second in the league in batting average, behind only Parker Smeckel, who's still hitting in the 380s. Foul tip, strike one to Henson here. Henson up to 357 after his 2-hit day yesterday. Drew a couple of walks as well. Nothing, top of the first, one out, one on. Ball one misses away. Count evens at 1-1. Couple of defensive mistakes from Fort Wayne extended the Golden Eagles' first inning yesterday. As Henson takes a breaking ball for strike two. 1-2 count to Spencer. It's going to be important for Kissinger to find the zone early and not put guys on base. The guys that got put on base yesterday scored the overwhelming majority of the time, as ORU drew a record, or rather a team high, season high, 15 walks. This one looped to the right side and threw for a base hit. McMurray rounding second and will head to third as it's scooped up by Dixon in shallow right field. Not the hardest ball Henson's ever hit, but it gets the job done. Runners on first and third with only one out here in the inning for Isaac Coffey. This is very similar to his second hit yesterday that he kind of just poked through the right side of the infield.
27, Isaac Coffey.
Coffey has a chance to break open the scoring here in the first inning with a runner on third and only one out. Coffey in this situation with a runner on third and less than 2 outs is hitting .833 this year, 5 for 6. Grounds one to the left side and it's through for a base hit, so now he's 6 for 7. That'll score McMurray. It's 1-0 Golden Eagles here in the first inning as Henson advances to second on the play. An RBI single for Isaac Coffey, and the Golden Eagles already have 3 hits.
Fielder number 28, Andrew Pace.
Coffey had a similar swing in the first inning yesterday. A ground ball to the third baseman or shortstop. Let me check back. Ground ball hit to the shortstop that he drove in a run on, but it was safe on the errant throw. That time just came up with the base hit. Runners on first and second, one out for Andrew Pace. Pace takes a breaking ball inside. Pace yesterday was the only player that got out the first time the Golden Eagles went through the lineup, but he picked it up after that, went 3 for 7, scoring 3 runs total in the game. Strike one called on the outside corner to Pace. Had a couple of doubles in that game yesterday. 1-1 count, one down. Flag laying still over the left center field wall next to the scoreboard out there. Breaking ball, that got the outside corner, strike two. I get the feeling Andrew Pace is going to see a lot of that kind of pitch every time he faces Kissinger, and really over the course of the day today. That backdoor breaking ball is something that he has seen a lot of recently. Time called. Well, we thought there may have been a balk call. Not so much the case. But I do think that perhaps the umpire was addressing whatever issue he had with Kissinger. I think I heard him say that he wasn't on the rubber, so he's got to be more on the rubber apparently than he is. Tough to tell from up here. 1-2 to Pace. Fouled off. Try the similar pitch there, the curveball. Fouled back. Thanks to everybody tuning in back home in Oklahoma or wherever you may be listening from. Don't forget you can communicate with the broadcast by sending me a tweet at ORU Voice or email me, ORUBaseball@outlook.com. 2 on, ORU leading at 1-0, 1 out, top of the first. Pace takes ball 2 outside on the fastball that ran away. Kissinger, if he gets, really muscles up on one, can get up there around 90 miles per hour with that fastball, but mostly a two-pitch guy, fastball, curveball. Has struggled with that curveball command at times this year. Kissinger, a junior out of right here in Fort Wayne with the JUCO route. Now back with his hometown Division I team. Grounded to the right side, scooped up by the first baseman. No one's covering, and Pace beats out the throw, or rather the no throw, for an infield single.
Center fielder number 7, Blake Hall.
And the bases are now loaded for Blake Hall. Pace just a chopper to the right side. It was fielded by Up, the first baseman, but nobody went to cover the bag. And Pace was able to beat everyone to the base for an infield hit. 4 hits here in the inning already, all of them singles. ORU leads at 1-0, but the bases are loaded with 1 out for Blake Hall. Pitch number 21 of the inning is upcoming here to Blake Hall. Chance to do some big damage here. Hall had an RBI double in his first at-bat yesterday. Takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Henson on third, Coffey on second, Pace on first. Gold jerseys, gray pants today for the Golden Eagles. Blue hat with the gold brim and the Eagle logo on the front. The 1-1, fouled back. And the count goes to 1-2. ORU has only played 1 game in this jersey and pants combination this year. 0-1 on the season as Hall swings through a breaking ball. First strikeout issued by Kissinger, second out of the inning, and Hunter Swift comes to the plate.
18, Hunter Swift.
Swift yesterday 2 for 4, scored 3 runs, drew a walk. He did not drive one in. A big chance to do so here. The guy behind him, Riley Kaiser, did a good job cleaning up the base paths, though. And the way he's swinging the bat, you'd sure like to see him come to the plate in this inning as ball 1 misses up high to Hunter Swift. 1-0 count, 2 down, the bases loaded. Oral Roberts leading 1-0 here in the top of the first. And Swift fouls back a fastball to the netting. The count evens at 1-1. Fort Wayne player jogs out to get the baseball. He's got his toboggan cap on. A little chillier today in Fort Wayne. Temperatures expected to be in the low to mid 50s for the most part throughout the course of this doubleheader. The sun is shining for the time being, though, although rain is in the forecast later this afternoon, so timing-wise, we'll be up against it to get this doubleheader in. Here's a looper to center field, left center field, laying on the run, and reaches up to make the catch in the left center field gap for out number 3. Golden Eagles threaten, but can only score 1 in the frame. 1 run on 4 hits, no errors, 3 left. And we head to the bottom of the first with the Golden Eagles leading 1-0. We'll give you the Purdue-Fort Wayne lineup when we come back. This is Golden Eagle Baseball here on the ORU Sports Network. Wayne, 1-0. Here's the lineup for the Mastodons today. Travis Upp will lead off and play third base. Brandon Yoho hitting second, playing shortstop. Alec Brunson will hit third and play left field. Garrett Moeller will DH as in the cleanup spot today. Andrew LaVere, the catcher, will hit fifth. Aaron Chapman hitting sixth and playing second base. Jacob Dixon hitting seventh and playing right. Jack Lang will hit eighth and play center field. And Trenton Stoner will man the hot corner and hit ninth. Again, that's Upp, Yoho, Brunson, Moeller, LaVere, Chapman, Dixon, Lang, Stoner, and Matt Gaskins. This is outside with pitch number 1 to start things off here in the bottom of the first. The defense for the Golden Eagles, Kaiser behind the plate, Henson at first, Wilson at second, Martinez at short, McMurray at third, as the 1-0 is swung through for strike 1. The outfield from left to right, Pace, Hall, and Swift, and Matt Gaskins on the mound today. Gaskins with a .530 ERA, 2-3 record in 10 starts, including 1 complete game, which he threw just 2 weeks ago against Omaha. Swing and a miss on strike 2 makes the count 1-2. Gaskins this year at 52 2/3 innings, second most on the team. 53 hits allowed, 33 runs, 31 of them earned. Struck out 34 and walked 27, a .261 average against him. Here's the 1-2. Grounded to the right side. Takes a hop into the belly of Hunter Wilson, and he loops it over to first for out number 1.
Next up for the Mastodons, the shortstop, number 22, Brandon Yoho.
That'll bring up Brandon Yoho. Yoho only had 2 plate appearances yesterday, was hit by a pitch during the second one, went 0 for 1 otherwise. And good to see him back and playing today after a scary moment where he took one kind of off the side of the helmet and the cheek. Ball 1 misses low and into Yoho to start the at-bat. Now ball 2 is low, and Yoho works ahead in the count. When Gaskins has gotten in trouble this year, it's mostly been because he either has put guys on or has fallen behind in counts. So that's something that's very important for him. He's got good stuff, but it limits how much he can use that if he's consistently falling behind in counts. So the key for him today, be aggressive, especially earlier in this contest. Here's the 2-1. Lined right at Wilson, snags it for out number 2. Second baseman just had to take maybe a step to his left. That was about it. He lined out to the second baseman in the first inning, so he gives him a chance to return the favor there. 2 down, nobody on for Alec Brunson. James and Gage tuned in for the doubleheader today. Thanks for listening in to some ORU baseball, guys. Hope the weather's nice back in Tulsa, and presumably a little warmer than it is here today. Strike 1 is in there, taken by Brunson. Ground ball hit through the left side of the infield, past the diving glove of McMurray. Purdue Fort Wayne has a man on here in the first.
Designated hitter number 5, Garrett Moeller.
Gage and James have quite the setup back home. They got a couple screens rolling. I think that's a speaker. Looks like it's out of the space age somehow. There's a foul ball back to the netting. Goes for a strike 1 to Moeller. Pretty cool. I might have to investigate one of those. Purdue Fort Wayne, I mentioned the gold jerseys, gray pants today for ORU. The Mastodons countering in the white jerseys and pants. No pinstripes on these. Gold script and gold numbers with black trim. Fly ball lifted to shallow left. McMurray back for it. He's called off by Martinez, the shortstop, who makes the catch jogging over near the line, and that's the wettest part of the field over there, but it looks like they're able to stay out of the muck and mud for the most part. 3 down on the pop out. The shortstop, Martinez. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left for Purdue Fort Wayne on a 12-pitch first inning for Matt Gaskins. It's 1-0 Golden Eagles as we go to the second. 8-9-1 hitters due up. This is ORU Baseball on the ORU Sports Network. In the second inning, Kaiser 3 for 4 with 7 RBI yesterday. Most on the team in a single game this season. It was a new career high for him. 3 hits tied a career high for him as well. It's 1-0 ORU as we go to the top of the second. 4 hits for the Golden Eagles, 1 for the Mastodons. Neither team with an error yet. First pitch home to Riley Kaiser is a 2-seam fastball that's elevated, ball 1. ORU sending seven to the plate in the first inning, but only able to score 1 run. Did force Tyler Kissinger to throw 27 pitches in that first inning. Kaiser hits another one to center field, coming in on it the center fielder, and he can't get there. It falls in front of Lang. Kaiser with his 4th base hit of the series. And that's what we heard from him in the pregame show. He said he was trying to hit it up the middle or the other way pretty much all day yesterday. And that one, honestly, probably wasn't as well contacted as any of his hits from yesterday, but it drops in front of Lang for a single. And the Golden Eagles, 2 for 2 in the leadoff spot today. 5 hits in the game already. Brings up Anthony Martinez. Martinez had a really good day yesterday as well. 4 for 5. And he hits a ground ball foul at the third base side. That one rolled through the wet area a little better than yesterday. Yesterday, if there was a ball hit there, it just splashed and stopped. That one was able to make its way through a little bit. So the 4 hits yesterday for Martinez were a new career high. He had 3 at home against Missouri State all the way back on February 17th, which, if I remember correctly, was the 2nd game of the year. So new career high in hits for him yesterday. Also drove in 4 runs. Hits this one in the air to right field. Dixon underneath it. Snags it for out number 1. 1 down and we go back to the top of the order. Dixon underneath it. Snags it for out number 1. By the way, those 4 RBI career high for Martinez yesterday as well. That actually doubled his previous career high, which he had tied at North Dakota State a week ago. 3 runs yesterday for Martinez also. First pitch to McMurray, stays inside, tried the front door breaking ball. McMurray saw 7 pitches in his first at bat an inning ago, and only 1 of them missed the strike zone. He fouled off 3 2-strike pitches to stay alive in that at bat. 1-0 the count, 1 down, runner on first here in the top of the 2nd. Or are you leading at 1-0? McMurray swings at this one, chops it foul. Purdue Fort Wayne housed in the 3rd base dugout. Golden Eagles in the 1st base dugout. Nothing changes this particular weekend in terms of the dugout view for the Golden Eagles from between their home field and here. Martinez squares to bunt this time, pulls it back, it's ball 2. Check that, McMurray squared to bunt. Hunter Wilson on deck, Spencer Henson would follow. So McMurray has reached in every plate appearance in this series that he's had. Pickup move behind him, gets away, and Kaiser will go to at least 2nd base. Now they're going to wheel into 3rd as they get all the way to the ORU bullpen. Kaiser will hold up at 3rd as the ball is returned in from the right fielder, Dixon. But that's a 2-base error on the pitcher, Tyler Kissinger. That moves Kaiser all the way to 3rd with only 1 out, and McMurray a chance to drive him in here, even with a productive out. Ball 3 is off the mark. Now, excuse me, that was apparently called a strike, so a full count. No, there we go. Okay, strike 2 is in there. And now the count is full to Jake McMurray. McMurray battled up well, again fouled off 3 2-strike pitches in his first at bat. 1 down, runner on 3rd. The infield now coming in for Purdue Fort Wayne. Here's the pitch home, swung through and missed for strike 3. 2nd strikeout issued by Kissinger, 2nd out of the inning, and it brings up Hunter Wilson.
Next up for the Mastodon, next up for War Roberts, 2nd baseman Hunter Wilson.
So Wilson will be looking to do some damage now. Wilson to line out to the 2nd baseman in his first at bat. And the first pitch of the at bat is off the mark. Ball 1. It was a 1-0 pitch that Wilson hit the last time. Infield planning to pull a little bit. He shoots this one the other way, but it's well foul, evening the count at 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Runner still on 3rd. This one flown to left. On the run is Brunson towards foul territory, and he can't get there. That ball basically plugged in foul territory at the left field line. It hit and then sank into the grass and mud. 3rd baseman Stoner goes to get it. Hunter hands it back over to his own dugout. So now a 1-2 count to Hunter Wilson. Wilson with runners in scoring position this year, hitting .343, slightly above his .331 overall average. Takes a two-seam that ran just outside. That's a good pitch from Tyler Kissinger right there, because a lot of guys will reach out, especially with the late break away from the left-handed hitter, and try to hit that. But Wilson laid off of it. 2-2 count, 2 down. Again, the infield playing him to pull. Wilson fouls this one off. Keeps the count at 2-2. Wilson wearing the number 3 jersey today. Usually wears number 24, but in the yellows or in the golds, he dons the number 3 as ball 3 misses outside. And the count is full to Hunter Wilson. Spencer Henson waits on deck. With that in mind, I would imagine that Kissinger is going to come right at Wilson right here, just try to get one in the zone and make him do something with it. 1-0 ORU leads. The 3-2 shot foul up the first base side this time. Hit on a line, but Wilson was out in front of it. The count will remain full. That's now 7 pitches that Wilson has seen in this at-bat, after seeing only 2 in his at-bat in the first inning. Kissinger on the mound, 6'3", a junior. Listed at 215, but he looks a little lanky for 215. Here's the 3-2. Grounded to the left side, the shortstop Yoho up to field it, throws across the diamond, and he gets Wilson by about a step to end the Golden Eagle threat here in the second inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. The Golden Eagles get a man to third but can't bring him in. 1-0 ORU after an inning and a half. Due up in the bottom of the second, the 5, 6, 7 hitters for the Mastodons. This is Golden Eagle Baseball on the ORU Sports Network. ORU leading Purdue Fort Wayne 1-0. The Mastodons come to the plate, still seeking their first win in Summit League play this year. Ball 1 misses low to Andrew LaVere. There won't be any other games in the league until later on this afternoon. All the other games taking place in the Central Time Zone. And this game starting at 10 a.m. back home in Tulsa. Foul ball makes it 1-1. Gaskins allowed a single, no more in the first inning. A 2-out single at that as ball 2 misses low and away. 2-1 count. Gaskins delivers, and the fastball hit to right. It was on the outside corner. Swift in to snag it. Thought about throwing over towards first, but LaVere able to make it down there in time to deter him from doing that. So the leadoff man is on for Purdue Fort Wayne, and here comes Aaron Chapman. That ball was well located on the outside corner, but left up where LaVere could do something with it. Just took it the other way, shot it to right. Second hit of the day for Purdue Fort Wayne. 1-0 ORU leads, and ball one is below the knees to Aaron Chapman. Chapman yesterday went 0 for 3. Came into the series hitting .245 on the year. Gaskins working from the stretch. The 1-0 is at the knees for strike one. Chapman has bounced into 2 double plays this year. One behind Brandon Yoho, the team leader in that category. Swung on and missed. Strike two as Chapman goes around. And Gaskins ahead in the count now 1-2. Golden Eagles able to turn a double play yesterday. Fort Wayne actually got a couple in that contest. Here's the 1-2. Check to swing. Did he go around? Yes, he did. Strike three. The first out of the inning as Chapman goes down on strikes. It's Gaskins' first strikeout issued. One down. That'll bring up Jacob Dixon. Dixon actually came in to the game for Yoho yesterday. Starting in place of Robert Young III today, and he swings through strike one. Dixon's got good size, 6'5", 205. Here's the 0-1 count. Swung through and missed for strike two. Here's the 0-2. Breaks it into the zone for strike three. Dixon down looking. Back-to-back strikeouts from Matt Gaskins. And now 2 down in the frame. That leadoff single from LaVere. But he's still over on first, and it brings up Jack Lang. That was 1, 2, 3. Matt Gaskins has struck out the last batters in a combined 7, last 2 batters, that is, in a combined 7 pitches. And now Lang walks into the right-handed batter's box, hitting 194 coming into the weekend. Down to 176 after going 0 for 3 yesterday. And strike one hits the outside corner. Gaskins pretty much putting him where he wants it right now. Two outs, 0-1 count, runner on first, and a 1-0 ball game. The Golden Eagles lead it. A well-located slider catches the outside corner on its way away from the right-handed hitting Lang, and now an 0-2 count. Gaskins comes set, not wasting any time between pitches. Here's the 0-2. That one's up and away. Two-seamer, wanted to throw it outside and run it back into the zone, but came out of his hand early and it stayed up. 1-2 count though, 2 down. Very small lead over at first for Andrew LaVere. This time a slider that Lang wouldn't go after, and the count goes to 2-2. ORU 3 home runs yesterday, including grand slams in the same inning in the 5th. Haven't hit one yet today. This one lifted in the air right side. Swift coming in on it, shallow right field. Wilson back for it, and it's Wilson that makes the catch from his second base position for out number 3. Boy, that ball yesterday, as high as it was hit, would have carried way deep into right field. That one stayed close enough to the infield for Wilson to make a play on it. Leadoff single for Purdue Fort Wayne, but no more. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. And ORU leads at 1-0 as we go to the 3rd. 3, 4, 5 hitters due up. This is Golden Eagle Baseball on the ORU Sports Network. Spencer Henson leads off the top of the third inning, and as big as the out was for Purdue-Fort Wayne to keep a run off the board for the Golden Eagles in the second, it may have been even more important to get everybody off base before Spencer Henson came to the plate. The way he's hit the ball this year, team leader in RBI, 10 home runs on the season. Smoked a double to left yesterday, and he gets out ahead of one here. The count evens at 1-1. Tyler Kissinger has limited the Golden Eagles to just 1 run so far. There was not a 2-run frame at any point yesterday in which the Golden Eagles only scored 1 run. Ball 2 misses away. Leadoff man has reached with a hit in each of the first 2 innings for Oral Roberts. ORU came into the series as a team hitting better than 400 to lead off innings. Henson grounds this one foul, and the count evens at 2-2. Specifically, ORU came in as a team hitting .401. Henson in leadoff situations this year is hitting .375, which is a fantastic number, but technically speaking, he's bringing the team average down in that category, which is incredible. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed, but dropped. Henson taking off towards first, but the catcher LaVere picks it up, steps into foul territory, and throws it down to first for out number 1. Second strikeout, make that the 3rd strikeout.
27, Isaac Coffey.
Issued by Kissinger, first out of the inning. And the first time the Golden Eagles have not had the leadoff man reach. Brings up Isaac Coffey, a ground ball single through the left side of the infield to drive in the only run of the game so far back in the first. He hits with nobody on and 1 out here. Ball 1 stays up and in on the curveball. Coffey came into the day hitting .304 after going 0 for 3 yesterday. Did drive in a run and score a run, though. Count evens at 1-1 on the called strike. This offering grounded to the left side, and it jumps over the glove of Stoner, trying to backhand it at third. Coffey started to try to get 2, but he holds up. And that will be scored an error on the third baseman, Stoner. Coffey reaches on the error, and he's on for the second time today. 1 out, 1 on for Andrew Pace. Already more than 50 pitches for Tyler Kissinger with 1 out here in the third. So even though he's limited the Golden Eagles scoring-wise, it's taken him a lot of pitches to do it here early in this contest. Infield playing Pace to pull a little bit, so is the outfield for that matter. There's a pickoff behind Coffey. He dives back in safely. Coffey has only attempted 1 stolen base this year. He was unsuccessful in that attempt. Another pickoff move, and Coffey stands up this time, no tag. Andrew Pace still waiting to see his first pitch of the at-bat. Pace saw 6 pitches in his first at-bat back in the first inning, hit a grounder over to first, and a miscommunication led to him essentially getting an infield single because nobody was covering the first base bag. Ball 1 misses outside to Pace. Pace came up with 3 hits yesterday. One of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Golden Eagles with multiple hits yesterday. Those that didn't have multiple hits, McMurray technically didn't have a hit, but he reached base 5 times. Here's the 1-0. Ball 2 is below the knees. Ball 2-seam fastball. Blake Hall is on deck. Hunter Swift would follow him, then Riley Kaiser, who already has another hit today. Kaiser's now 4 for 5 in the tournament, or in the series, that is. Here's the 2-0 to Andrew Pace. Fastball, got the knees that time, strike 1. We play into the third here. Neither team's pitcher has issued a walk to this point. So those that have gotten on base have earned it with putting the ball in play. ORU with 5 hits on the day, Purdue Fort Wayne with 2. A couple of errors for the Mastodons as well. 2-1 count, 1 out, runner on first. In a 1-0 game here in the top of the 3rd inning, the Golden Eagles leading. Another pickoff move behind Coffey as he's back in without a tag. Here's the 2-1. Runner on the move on a hit and run, and a ground ball hit fair at the first base side. That'll send Coffey around to third. Pace holds up as the throw comes in towards second base, but a single for Andrew Pace on the hit and run action there. Gets Coffey over to third. And Andrew Pace with his 2nd hit of the day. Runners on the corners now with only 1 out for Blake Hall. Hall came up with the bases loaded in front of him and 1 out 2 innings ago in the first. Struck out. We'll see if he can put the ball in play here and find a way to extend the Golden Eagles' 1-0 lead. Breaking ball, capped over the right side, skips off with a brick that works its way around behind home plate here, and Hunter Swift nearly barehanded it off the carom. It's strike 1 to Hall. Swift on deck. Breaking ball in on the inside corner for strike 2. And Hall behind in the count 0-2. 1 out, runners on the corners. Unless he hits a ground ball pretty hard right at somebody, it's going to be hard to turn a double play on him with his speed, and the infield plays a little slow here. Here's the 0-2. Line to the left side for a base hit. That's down in left field. That will score Coffey easily. Pace advances to second. It's 2-0 Golden Eagles here in the top of the 3rd inning. Blake Hall with the RBI single to left.
Next batter, 18, Hunter.
And now 2 on in front of Hunter Swift. Swift a fly out to left center field, caught by the center fielder Lang in his first at bat. That ended the 1st inning on a fairly well hit ball. And they are playing him to pull. The right fielder Dixon is not playing very deep here. He's on the pull side for Hunter Swift. Swift with a couple of home runs this year, 2 triples as well, and 4 doubles. First pitch is hit to right at the right fielder, but Dixon can't get there in time. It lands in front of him, and everybody will advance a base. I thought initially that might carry out to him, not quite. And the single has loaded the bases here for Riley Kaiser, who came up with guys on in front of him several times yesterday and produced pretty well all day. Drove in 7, including a 3-run home run in yesterday's contest. So Kaiser with a chance for a big swing here. 4 hits in the series, including 1 for 1 today. Here's the first pitch home. Grounded to the right side through the infield for a base hit. 1 run will score easily. They will hold up Hall at third base, but it's an RBI single for Riley Kaiser. His 2nd hit of the day. He's driven in 8 now in the series, and ORU leads it 3-0 here in the top of the 3rd inning. That'll bring up Anthony Martinez in the 9 spot. Martinez hit his first home run as a Golden Eagle yesterday, and it was a big one, a grand slam in the 5th inning. It was the 2nd grand slam of the inning for the Golden Eagles after McCutcheon hit one earlier in the frame. Breaking ball, called a strike on the inside corner to Anthony Martinez. .63 pitches now for Kissinger. Number 64 is in the dirt. And it evens the count to Martinez, who flew out to right for the first out of the 2nd inning in his first at bat. Now hitting in a 2nd consecutive frame. The Golden Eagles putting some pressure on here. Bases loaded, 2 runs in the inning already, and still only 1 out here in the top of the 3rd. Corners are in. Middle infielders at double play depth here with the 1 out. The 1-1. Another curveball. That one dropped below the knees, and the count goes to 2-1. Martinez is now 2 for 2 with the bases loaded this year after the grand slam yesterday. And hitting here with the bases loaded again, takes ball 3 up on the fastball. So now a hitter's count for Martinez. Ball not carrying as well today as it did yesterday, at least to center and right. It should carry a little better to left. But we haven't seen a lot of elevated, well-hit balls in the air. We've seen the Golden Eagles hit a lot of ground balls hard through the infield and several line drives, but we haven't seen them really elevate one just yet. Five consecutive have reached for the Golden Eagles. Martinez trying to make it 6, a big hack, but he swings through strike 2. Hall on third, Swift on second, Kaiser on first after his RBI single. Hall and Kaiser have both driven in runs in the inning. 3-2 count, bases loaded, 1 down. Jake McMurray waits on deck. Through his windup, Tyler Kissinger missed outside, ball 4. That'll bring in a run on the RBI walk from Anthony Martinez. Everybody moves up a base, and the Golden Eagles now lead it 4-0 here in the top of the third inning. And the same situation persists. Bases loaded, only 1 out. Here comes a mound visit from Grant Byerly. Pitching coach for Purdue Fort Wayne. Jake McMurray 1 for 2 with a single and a run score today, and he'll have a chance to drive some in here. Nobody throwing in the Purdue Fort Wayne bullpen, so this is just going to be a visit. ORU, with the bases loaded this year as a team, is hitting .311. And keep in mind that doesn't include situations like what we just saw with Anthony Martinez drawing a walk. That doesn't factor into that average. Meeting is over on the mound. Everybody will return to their spots. Let's reset the Purdue Fort Wayne defense for you. LaVere behind the plate, up at first, Chapman at second, Yoho at short, Stoner at third, Brunson in left, Lang in center, and Dixon in right. Tyler Kissinger on the mound and pitched pretty well through the first couple of innings. Was able to get out of a couple of jams, but struggling here. First pitch home, line to the right side and into right field for a base hit from Jake McMurray. That'll score Swift from third, and everybody moves up a base again with the outfielders playing as shallow as they are. ORU hasn't really been able to send guys home from second on some of these singles, but yet again, an RBI single scores a run, and the bases remain loaded now for Hunter Wilson. It's 5-0 ORU. Oh, the Golden Eagles now with 10 hits in the game, and they have had now 3 singles in the last 4 bats and a walk mushed in there as well. Here's Hunter Wilson, the 9th hitter of the inning. He takes strike 1 at the letters. Wilson 0 for 2 so far in the game. This ball lifted towards center field. Lang going back on it. Now holds up. Runners tagging up. Here comes Kaiser from third. The throw to the plate is not in time. And advancing to third on the throw as well was Anthony Martinez. That's a sac fly for Hunter Wilson. Bringing in yet another runner as Kaiser scores from third. Martinez, seeing the angle on the throw, went ahead and took off for third, so he advanced there. McMurray still over on first, and here's Spencer Henson hitting for the second time this inning with runners on first and third and 2 outs. 6-0 Oral Roberts leads here in the top of the third. 5 runs in the inning for the Golden Eagles so far. And now Kissinger in a tough spot against Henson. Got the better of Henson to start the inning with a strikeout. Henson singled off of him back in the first. It's been a hit parade for the Golden Eagles here in the second inning. At 1.4 consecutive singles. Ball 1 misses low and away, and now a throw down to second base, gets away into center field. That'll score Martinez easily from third. McMurray started to take off for second, held up. The throw down to second base went awry, and that brings in Martinez on the error on the catcher, LaVere. So now make it 7-0 Golden Eagles on the 6th run of the frame for Oral Roberts. McMurray still over on first for Spencer Henson, 2 down in the inning. Second pitch home is elevated, and it's ball 2. Third error of the game for Purdue Fort Wayne. Here's the 2-0 to Henson. Fastball down the middle. Strike 1. Henson might have talked himself into looking curveball there, and he got a fastball that, generally speaking, he could have done something with, but we'll see what he can find here in the rest of this at bat. 2 down, and an elevated fastball goes for ball 3. Runner on first, 3-1 count to Spencer Henson, most dangerous hitter in the league. McMurray over on first. Here's the 3-1. Checked his swing on ball 4. The breaking ball fell outside. Second walk of the inning drawn by the Golden Eagles. That'll push McMurray into scoring position at second base.
Isaac Coffey.
And it brings up Isaac Coffey. .76 pitches now for Tyler Kissinger here in the 3rd inning. Well, 76 overall as we play here in the 3rd. Ball 1 misses away to Isaac Coffey. 7-0 the score, 6 runs in the inning for the Golden Eagles. ORU scored 5 or more in an inning 3 times yesterday, including 9 spots in the 1st and the 5th. Coffey, the cleanup man. Swings at the 1-0, flies it high in the air, left side. The shortstop, Yoho, back for it into shallow left center field, and he makes the catch for out number 3. But ORU puts 6 on the board in the 3rd, now leading 7-0. As we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. 9-1-2 hitters due up for Purdue Fort Wayne. This is Golden Eagle Baseball on the ORU Sports Network.
At Bill Knight Ford, we love supporting one of Tulsa's favorite teams, the ORU Golden Eagles. And we love being Tulsa's Ford dealer, giving our customers everything they deserve and more, like offering a great selection of the best new Ford lineup, including Escapes, Explorers, Expeditions, and F-150s. So come see us at Bill Knight Ford Tulsa today or BillKnightFord.com, home of the Knight Advantage, and help assure support for the ORU Golden Eagles all season long.
Redesigned, revived, and refreshed, Crown Plaza Tulsa is proud to support the Golden Eagles, an official sponsor of Oral Roberts Athletics. Crown Plaza Tulsa has discounts available for teams, families, and affiliates of ORU. And renovations are now complete, so they invite you to check out the new look guest rooms and atrium. The Crown Plaza Tulsa has fresh specials weekly and is located right across from the Mabee Center. Call 918-492-5000 for more information. Crown Plaza Tulsa, the new concept for full service.
First pitch of the bottom of the 3rd inning is grounded to second base. And Hunter Wilson scoops it up and tosses it over to first for out number 1 on 1 pitch. Trenton Stoner retired. 28 pitches through 2 innings for Matt Gaskins, now 29. On a quick start to the bottom of the 3rd. ORU leads at 7-0, out hitting the Dons 10-2. All 3 errors in the game charged to Purdue Fort Wayne. We go back to the top of the lineup, and Travis Up, the lefty, holds his red-barreled bat over his left shoulder and takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Matt Gaskins, a little bit of a breather between innings there. He had probably 15 to 20 minutes. There is now action in the Purdue Fort Wayne bullpen with a righty warming up. Check swing on a ball low below the knees. The count evens at 1-1. Gaskins allowed a leadoff single in the 2nd, came back with a couple of strikeouts and a pop-out to end the frame. Two-seam fastball just runs outside, and Up takes ball 2. the lefties we've seen in this game be very disciplined against that two-seam running away from them. Wilson took a tough one earlier. Up takes one there. Here's the 2-1. Almost the same pitch. Up offers at this one, and foul tips it back into the netting. Count is even at 2-2. Gaskins, 34 strikeouts in 10 appearances coming into the game, so a little over 3 per contest. Here's the 2-2. Got him to swing and miss. And that's 3 strikeouts in this one for Gaskins. 2 down, nobody on here in the bottom of the third for Brandon Yoho, who lined out to second base in his first at-bat back in the first inning. We talked about it a lot yesterday. Josh McMinn had multiple innings in which he had more than 30 minutes between pitches. Strike one is called to Yoho. I asked him at breakfast this morning, how many pitches did you throw in between innings trying to stay loose? And he said probably about 100. Check swing on a slider that moved low and away. The count evens at 1-1. Purdue-Fort Wayne has had a base runner in each inning, so Gaskins trying to work his first 1-2-3 frame here in the bottom of the third. The pitch home. Grounded, foul over towards the third base dugout. Garrett Moeller pops out of the dugout to snag that one. He's in the DH role, currently 2 away from coming to the plate here. 1-2 count to Yoho. 2 down, nobody on. A 7-0 lead for the Golden Eagles. Breaking ball, fouled back into the netting. Count stays at 1-2. Gaskins peering over his glove, looking in for the sign from Kaiser. Here's another 1-2 offering. This one popped up in the air, right side of the infield. Wilson back into shallow right. Swift coming in for it. Swift calls him off and makes the catch for out number 3. An 11-pitch inning for Matt Gaskins in the third in his first 1-2-3 frame. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left as the Golden Eagles lead at 7-0 through 3. 5, 6, 7 hitters due up when we come back. This is Oral Roberts Baseball on the ORU Sports Network.
At the Eastern Oklahoma Orthopedic Center, we're proud to have been Tulsa's finest and most experienced provider of sports medicine care for over 30 years. EOC is equipped to evaluate
Your attention, please.
7-0 as we go to the top of the fourth inning, and Chase Phelps into the game for Purdue-Fort Wayne. Phelps was expected, or at least probable, to start this game. Kissinger got his first career start instead, but Phelps tied for the team high with 10 starts on the year. Well, now he's one behind Cameron Boyd, I suppose, who started yesterday. Phelps a 10.26 ERA, record of 1-7. Hits the outside corner with strike one to Andrew Pace to start things off. 13 appearances, now 14. 10 starts. One complete game, one save as well. He's thrown 50 innings, allowed 80 hits, 63 runs, 57 of them earned, struck out 40 and walked 35, a 362 average against him. 50 innings is most on the team. Well, right now he's behind Cameron Boyd. No, he's not. Boyd only threw a third of an inning yesterday, so 50 innings is most on the team. 1-1 count to Andrew Pace after ball one missed outside. Kissinger throwing more than 70 pitches, more than 75. 78 specifically by my count. The 1-1 hit hard towards left center field. On the run is Lang coming in on it, moving to his right, and makes the catch for out number 1. Pace retired for the first time today. Already had a couple hits in the game. That'll bring up Blake Hall. Hall 1 for 2 with an RBI single and a run scored. 7-0 Oral Roberts. 1 in the first, 6 in the third for the Golden Eagles. 10 hits on the day. ORU tied the season high with 19 hits yesterday and set a new scoring high for the season with 25 runs. Hall hits one hard to left field. Brunson going back on it. He's at the warning track. He's looking up. Get gone. Baseball, a solo shot from Blake Hall, and the Golden Eagles lead it 8-0 here in the top of the 4th. Hall takes the first pitch he sees over the left field wall. First home run of the day for the Golden Eagles. And that'll bring up Hunter Swift. As well as that ball was hit, I don't know that it would have gotten out yesterday with the wind blowing in from left. Henson hit one maybe even harder than that one to left field, and it barely rolled up to the wall. But Hall got all of that one. Ball 1 is up high to Hunter Swift. 4th pitch of the outing for Chase Phelps. He gives up a tank. He is now tied for the team high with 5 home runs allowed this year. Shane Odzark, who's projected to start tomorrow, is the other one with 5. Here's the 1-0. Swift checks his swing. Did he go around? Oh, apparently yes, he did. And the count evens at 1-1. 4th home run of the series for the Golden Eagles. Swift with 2 home runs on the year. Been a while since we've seen him hit one, though. On-base percentage of .391 for the lefty. Loops this one to shallow left center field. It's down for a base hit over the head of the shortstop, Yoho. Back-to-back hits for the Golden Eagles. That's a dozen now on the day. And it brings up Riley Kaiser, who's 2 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. Kaiser a 3-run shot to the right center field gap yesterday. All 4 balls that he put in play were back up the middle. Very solid day at the plate yesterday for Riley, and obviously he's 2 for 2 again here today. So on the series, Riley is now 5 for 6 with 8 runs driven in and 3 runs scored. Runner on first in front of him, 1 out. Breaking ball drops into the zone on the 12-6 hook there. Strike 1 to Kaiser. Phelps, low to mid-80s on the fastball. Got a slider and a changeup that he works in as well. Pickoff move behind Swift, but he's back in safely. Phelps does not get his first pitch in the strike very often, less than 40 in the strike zone, that is, less than 40%, but he dropped one into Kaiser to start this at bat. Now ball 1 is outside on the fastball. He, like many others on the staff, needs you to chase some pitches. Again, he's walked 35 in 50 innings, which is actually one of the better ratios on the team. Here's the 1-1. Kaiser fouls it back to the backstop. Count goes to 1-2. The Golden Eagles today have drawn only 2 walks. After allowing 15 walks yesterday, Purdue-Fort Wayne is allowing 8.1 walks per contest as a pitching staff. 1-2 count to Riley Kaiser, 1 out. Breaking ball stays outside. Started outside, moved further outside, and it's a 2-2 count. Kaiser looking to reach for a third time today. Looper to center, ground ball through the right side of the infield that drove in the run in the third. Here's the 2-2. Kaiser had it run in on him, grounds it up towards second base, and able to get past the tag is Hunter Swift. Kaiser is out at first. That one ran in on him. I think he tried to hold up his swing, but he put the bat on it, dribbled it past the pitcher. Chapman scooped it up, kind of made a faux tag swipe at Swift, but wasn't able to get to him. So Swift advances to second on the play. 4-3 on the putout, second out of the inning. And now a runner in scoring position for Anthony Martinez. Wonder if Kaiser saw slider and it was actually a changeup that stayed in on him. Ball one misses low to Martinez. Martinez is 0 for 1 with an RBI walk and a run scored. 8-0, ORU leads it. Out hitting Purdue Fort Wayne 12-2 so far. Top of the fourth inning. Martinez went around on that one. Evens the count at 1-1. That was a similar pitch to the one we just saw Kaiser offer at. Kind of looks like a changeup that's running in on these guys. One count, 2 down. Runner in scoring position is Hunter Swift. That one also inside, a similar pitch. That time Martinez was able to recognize it earlier and held up on it. 2-1 count. Wind picking up just a bit, starting to blow out to center field. Perhaps even left center. Rain in the forecast sometime this afternoon. We're hoping to get 2 games in before it shows up. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball. Drops low and in, and the count is 3-1 to Anthony Martinez. ORU has scored in 3 of the first 4 innings here. ORU failed to score in the 4th, 6th, and 7th yesterday, but scored multiple runs in the other 4 frames. 3-1 count to Martinez. The pitch home. A fastball flown in the air on the infield. The second baseman, Chapman, is in for it. Reaches up and catches it above his head for out number 3. But the Golden Eagles add another run on the solo home run from Blake Hall. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on base. And the Golden Eagles lead it 8-0 as we go to the bottom of the 4th. This is ORU Baseball on the ORU Sports Network.
Hey, ORU Sports.
To the bottom of the 4th we go. Oral Roberts leading Purdue Fort Wayne 8-0. Matt Gaskins back out on the bump as the wind has switched directions on us here. He fires a fastball that's foul tipped into the dirt for strike 1 by Alec Brunson. 1 for 1 so far in the game. Single through the left side of the infield. That's just pitch number 40 for Matt Gaskins. Wind shifting to blow from left to right now, more like it did yesterday, as a swing and a miss on what looked like a little bit of a cutter there. Gets Brunson behind in the count 0-2. Gaskins has retired 6 straight Mastodons here after a leadoff single to start the 2nd for Purdue Fort Wayne. Fastball up high, count goes to 1-2. Matt Gaskins not a guy who takes a lot of time between pitches, already climbing back up on the rubber here as he waits for the right-handed hitter Brunson to step back in. Now here's the 1-2. Breaking ball, dropped it into the zone for strike 3. That's a 4th strikeout for Gaskins in the game.
Designated hitter.
First out of the inning, and it brings up Garrett Moeller. 0 for 1 with a fly out to the shortstop. First pitch home of the at-bat, called a strike on the outside corner. Moeller, a lefty. Came into the weekend hitting .285. Takes a fastball on the inside corner here. He was looking away. That ball came in on him, and you could see him kind of jab back a little bit, but found the zone anyway. Moeller yesterday, 2 for 3, bringing his average up to .301. The 0-2. Grounded to the right side. Henson back for it, scoops it up. He'll fire it to Gaskins, who is covering and steps on the bag for out number 2. Nice play all around. That took a big hop on Henson. He backhanded it about at his belt level. Gaskins jogging over to help make the play, and because it backed Henson up a little bit, he had to go ahead and put a little on that to get it over to Gaskins, as opposed to, you know, kind of a more standard underhand toss. 2 down in the inning, nobody on for Andrew LaVere. Swings at the first pitch, hits it hard to right field. Swift going back on it. He's at the warning track, spins around and makes the catch on the track for out number 3. 9 straight retired by Matt Gaskins. He only needed 8 pitches in the 4th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. And ORU leads at 8-0 as we go to the top of the 5th. Top of the lineup due up for the Golden Eagles when we come back. This is Oral Roberts Baseball on the ORU Sports Network.
The sale is on. Come on in and save at Tommy Nix Chevrolet and Tommy Nix Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, both in Tahlequah. Low price always means low payment that fits your money.
Will lead off the top of the 5th inning. McMurray, 2 for 3 on the day already. A run scored and an RBI. Gets ahead in the count 1-0 on Chase Phelps. Phelps tried the big hook, left it up. It's 2-0. Phelps 17 pitches in his first inning of work, allowed the home run to Hall and a single to Swift, but nothing else. ORU leading 8-0, out hitting Purdue Fort Wayne 12-2. The 3 errors in the game all charged to the Mastodons. ORU has scored in 2 consecutive innings, 3 of the 4. Strike 1 called on the inside corner. This is by far the earliest game in the Summit League today, as a line drive is hit towards right. The right fielder Dixon giving chase, and he is able to get there, make the catch near the line for out number 1. Nice play by Dixon in right to run that one down. 1 out, nobody on for Hunter Wilson. ORU came into the contest having won 5 of the last 7 and 4 of the last 5. Dropped a close one late at North Dakota State. to end the series last weekend. And then the midweek game against Oklahoma State was canceled. Cowboys are due in Tulsa on Tuesday. Here's a ground ball to the left side, scooped up by Yoho, and he gets Wilson at first by half a step. Yoho came in on that one, worked his way around it to field it, running kind of over towards, well, really running on Tuesday. Here's a ground ball to the left side, scooped up by Yoho, and he gets Wilson at first by half a step. Yoho came in on that one, worked his way around it to field it. 2 down, nobody on for Spencer Henson. Henson taps the bat on his left toe and steps into the right-handed batter's box. White batting gloves, white and black barreled bat, and ball 1 is up high on the fastball. Wind shifting to blow really out towards center field right now, maybe a tad towards right center, but it's not going to hurt a ball hit to left like it did yesterday. Here's the 1-0 in there for a strike at the knees. Henson today 1 for 2 with a walk. Has not scored or driven in a run just yet. Here's the 1-1. Lifted in the air, center field. Lang hung out for a second, now coming in on it just a bit. And he makes the catch for out number 3. Golden Eagles down in order for the first time today. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left in the top of the 5th. Just 8 pitches in that inning for Phelps. We go to the bottom of the 5th with ORU leading 8-0. 6, 7, 8 hitters due up for the Mastodons. This is Golden Eagle Baseball on the ORU Sports Network. Consecutive Mastodons. Here's the 0-1. Grounded to the right side at Hunter Wilson. Comes up, hits him in the chest, but he knocks it down, picks it up, and throws over to first for the out. Bad hop. Good defense, though, from Wilson. Using his body to knock that one down and make the play. It hit a lip at the grass and kind of took a little bit of a bounce, and when that happens, there's a lot that can make the ball change direction once it hits the ground again. Line drive, hit to shallow left and just over the outstretched glove of Anthony Martinez. The looping single to left for Jacob Dixon. Dixon breaks a string of 10 in a row retired by Gaskins. 1 down, 1 on for Jack Lang. Lang 0 for 1, pop out to second base. That's the first base runner since the leadoff man reached in the second inning for Purdue-Fort Wayne. 8-0, ORU leads. Ground ball hit to the left side, just past the diving Anthony Martinez, diving towards the third base bag. Back-to-back singles have 2 on in the inning. This is the first time that the Mastodons have had 2 batters reach in the same inning. So runners on first and second. Both Dixon and Lang hitting the first pitch they saw the at-bat. That brings up Trenton Stoner. Grounded out to second in his first at-bat. 2 on, only 1 out. ORU out hitting Purdue-Fort Wayne 12-4, leading 8-0. But the Mastodons threatening here in the bottom of the 5th. Strike one delivered. Both of the runs for Purdue Fort Wayne yesterday came in the 3rd inning. They've waited till the 5th to really threaten here as ball 1 misses outside. ORU has now won, what would that be? 5 of the last 6 and 6 of the last 8 after the win yesterday. So looking to continue playing good ball as a foul tip into the glove makes strike 2. 1 down, 2 on, 1st and 2nd. Double play would end the inning. Strikeout would get you 1 step closer. Gaskins looking in. Hasn't pitched from the stretch in a little while. Now comes set. Delivers home. On the outside corner, well, just off the outside corner. It's ball 2. Kaiser reacted as if they maybe got their signals crossed there, or at least perhaps he was expecting that pitch to be in a slightly different location. 2-2 count. Stoner waves the bat out in front of him. Grounds it to the left side, foul territory. And the count will remain at 2-2. Stoner came into the game hitting .282. Tied for the 2nd best average on the team. 0 for 2 yesterday at the plate. Here's another 2-2. Looped foul over the right side towards the softball field. And again, the count will remain the same. Stoner putting up a good fight here in his at-bat in the bottom of the 5th inning. 0 for 1 today, 0 for 3 in the series. Stoner, a sophomore out of Granger, Indiana. I actually know some folks from Granger as the 2-2 is lifted in the air, out of play behind home plate. Kaiser gave it a chase, but that got well out of play. And again, the count stays at 2-2. And we had one of our mission teams last year came to serve with us in the Bahamas, actually. And they were from Granger, Indiana, a big church there in Granger. Really fun group. Hoping, sounds like we might get to go back with them again this year. Different location, however. 2-2 count, 1 down. Granger up near South Bend area, up near the lake. Another 2-2, grounded to the left side. This one foul territory again. McMurray stepped on the bag just to be safe, didn't matter. That is 4 two-strike pitches fouled off by Trenton Stoner. He's seen 8 pitches in this at bat. 2 on in front of him. Gaskins trying to find a way to put him away. Gaskins comes set, checks the runner at second, throws home. Grounded to the left side again. This one trickles foul again. McMurray scoops it up before it can take a bounce back into fair territory, because if that was the case, there's a very good chance that Stoner would have been safe at first, and it would have been a bases-loaded situation. That is 5 two-strike pitches fouled off by Trenton Stoner, and I believe at least 4 in a row, maybe all 5. Travis up on deck for Purdue Fort Wayne. As they'll go back to the top of the order, Stoner trying to turn it over. The 2-2 count remains. Gaskins, another courtesy look at the runner at second. Throws home, ground ball hit back up the middle. Could be 2, flipped to second for 1. Barehanded by Wilson, and he throws to first for the double play. Martinez backhanded the toss to him. Wilson caught it with the bare hand and turned it to Henson to roll 2. The 6-4-3 double play ends the frame as Lang is caught up in it as well. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. 61 pitches through 5 innings for Matt Gaskins, and we go to the top of the 6th with ORU leading at 8-0 here in Fort Wayne. This is Golden Eagle Baseball on the ORU Sports Network. 6 in the third and 1 in the fourth, leading at 8-0. 0-1 to Coffee, misses outside. That evens the count at 1-1. Coffee, as a true freshman, top 35 in the country in games started on the mound this year with 10. 1-1, drops in there for strike 2. Top 250 in the country in slugging percentage, slugging .547 coming into the weekend as well. So he's done it on both sides this year for the Golden Eagles. Right now trying to start off another inning with a base hit. Lifts it in the air, shallow center field, as Coffee spikes the bat, laying in for it. A long run, and he makes the catch in very shallow center for out number 1.
Andrew Pace.
One down, nobody on for Andrew Pace, who is 2 for 3 on the day. Pace picked up the name Buzzkill yesterday after being the only player to get out the first time through the lineup, but he's made up for it since then. Ended up with 3 hits yesterday in total, 2 already today. Scored a run. Pace, that smooth lefty swing. Oh, 0-1 count against him. Well taken that time by Pace, laid off of a pitch just below the knees to even the count at 1-1. ORU retired an order for the first inning in the 5th. And that is now, let me count here, as Pace fouls one back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 consecutive Golden Eagles that have been retired by Chase Phelps. Pace trying to get some mojo going again. Top of the 5th inning, top of the 6th inning. ORU leads at 8-0. Here's the 1-2 in the dirt. Pace pulls back even. Pace walked at an astounding rate last year, playing for the most part in the back half of the season. Nearly led the team in walks. This year only 11 and 140 at-bats. Leads the team in official at-bats this year, although Hunter Wilson closely behind him. Here's the 2-2. That one's low and in, ball 3. Full count to Andrew Pace, looking to find a way on. Pace has scored once. 7 players have scored in the game for ORU, including Hall scoring twice. Yesterday, the Golden Eagles had 12 different players score a run. 3-2 count, pitch home. Line past the first baseman and running up the right field line towards the corner. Pace heading around first and towards second as it's scooped up by Dixon. He'll fire it back in, but it's a stand-up double for Andrew Pace with 1 out, and that'll bring up Blake Hall. Pace hitting the ball very well today. His 3rd hit, and that is his 3rd double of the series. Check that. Yeah, 3rd double of the series. Blake Hall with a solo home run in his last at-bat steps into the right-handed batter's box. Two RBI, 2 hits, 2 runs scored for Hall so far today. Runner in scoring position for him here. It was Phelps that he homered off of. Here's the 0-1. Grounded to the left side. Snagged on one big hop by Stoner. He throws across the diamond for out number 2. 5-3 put out, 2 down. Derek said, "Let there be light." He saw that it was cloudy. The versatility. Derek Sloboda going from turning on lights right back to the PA mic. It's impressive. 2 outs and a runner on second for Hunter Swift. Derek, by the way, is the well, I know he does the SID for men's basketball and baseball. He may do several other sports. Those are just the ones that I have the experience with him. Ball 1 misses low to Hunter Swift, but a big thank you to him and his team for putting up with me being in their press box all weekend here. 1-0 count. Swung through and missed, strike one. Swift is 2 for 3 on the day. A couple of singles, a run scored. Also flew out on a fairly well hit ball to left center all the way back in the first inning. Trying to extend the Golden Eagles' 8-0 advantage with a runner in scoring position in Andrew Pace after the one-out double. Ball 2 misses low and in. Ricocheted off of Lavier's foot, but it stayed within range, and so Pace was unable to advance. The count moves to 2-1. When Hunter Swift sees his fourth pitch here, that will be the most pitches he's seen in an at-bat today. 3 in his first at-bat, only 1 in his second, and 3 in his third. Here's the 2-1. Got the outside corner. The count evens at 2-2. Riley Kaiser is on deck. 2 for 3 on the day already. So again, you'd love to get to Kaiser with guys on in front of him the way he's hitting the ball right now. Sirens being heard on the street over the right field wall as a grounder is hit at the second baseman. Chapman scoops it up and tosses it over to first to retire Swift. So the Golden Eagles get the one-out double, but cannot score in the 6th inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left, and the Golden Eagles lead at 8-0 as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Matt Gaskins will face the top of the Mastodon order when we come back. This is Golden Eagle Baseball on the ORU Sports Network.
In business since 1902, Lamar Outdoor Advertising is the largest outdoor advertising companies in the world. Locally operated in Tulsa, Lamar provides full-service sales and creativity to target your audience. More than just traditional billboards, Lamar is also Tulsa's largest digital advertising company. So the next time you look up and see an ad from Lamar Outdoor Advertising, ask yourself how Lamar can help your business. Give them a call at 918-665-1755. Lamar, we are outdoor.
Car buyers, if you're even thinking about buying a new or pre-owned vehicle, there's only one name you need to know. Jim Norton Toyota. Log in at jimnortontoyota.com or go see them today at 9809 South Memorial to shop an incredible selection of award-winning Toyotas, plus an incredible selection of late-model, barely driven pre-owns. Plus, at Jim Norton Toyota, you'll always get a lifetime engine warranty at no extra charge. So log on to jimnortontoyota.com for all the details. Hurry to Jim Norton Toyota, 9809 South Memorial, where T-Town gets Toyota.
Travis Up will lead off the bottom of the 6th inning for Purdue Fort Wayne. Overcast skies now here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. We are expecting rain later in the afternoon. Hoping to get in 2 games before then. As ball 1 misses away. Gaskins retired 10 straight at one point before a couple of hits in that last inning. A double play into the frame, though. This ball hit towards Hall in center. He takes a few steps back, camps underneath it, and snags it with the glove on his left hand. 1 down.
Number 22, Brandon Yoho.
Just 2 pitches to get the first out of the inning there for Gaskins, who has pitched very efficiently in this game. He has struck out 4, has allowed 4 hits, has not issued a walk, and has thrown only 63 pitches through 5 1/3. Fastball stays above the letters. Ball 1 to Brandon Yoho. Yoho 0 for 2. Hit by a pitch in the cheek yesterday, /jaw. The 1-0 came inside, nearly hit him, but he scooted out of the way. And the count goes to 2-0. Gaskins with 1 complete game, tied for first in the league with 3 other pitchers. Only 4 complete games pitched by league pitchers this year, and he's actually 52nd in the country. So there's not been a lot of complete games thrown. Ball 3 was off the mark, but strike 1 is in there on the outside corner. A 3-1 count to Yoho. Gaskins already threw his windup. Fastball is in there for strike 2. And just like that, it's right back to a full count. Gaskins has the ball. Again, is already back on the rubber, waiting for Yoho to walk into the batter's box. Has a sign. Here's the 3-2. Fastball hit through the right side of the infield for a base hit. Yoho just poked it the other way on the fastball on the outside corner. All 5 hits allowed by Gaskins are singles. Runner on first, 1 out for Alec Brunson. Brunson a single through the left side of the infield back in the first inning. Struck out in the 4th. Here he is in the 6th. One down, runner on first. A pop foul out of play. Makes count 0-1 to Brunson. Gaskins has gotten better and better as this year has gone on. He's limited his walks later here in the season. He's striking out a few more as he gets a swing and a miss here to make the count 0-2. But he's also pitching to contact without giving up a lot of hits. He's giving up some here and there, obviously, 5 in this game, but he's been able to spread those out, and the defense, allowing his defense to work behind him. Gaskins has gotten more and more efficient as this year has gone on, as the 0-2 misses outside. It was intended to be out there, perhaps threw it a little further out than he initially wanted, so it kind of took away the chase option from Brunson there. But a 1-2 count. ORU ended the last defensive inning on a double play, a 6-4-3. Chance to do the same here. Pop up to the right side of the infield instead. Henson over to get it in foul territory. The first baseman snags it. 2 down. Brings up Garrett Moeller, 0 for 2. A pop out behind the third base bag that was actually caught by the shortstop Martinez in shallow left field, and then a ground out to first as Spencer Henson tagged the bag himself in the 4th inning. 2 down, a runner on first in front of him. Grounds it. Foul up the first base side. Well hit. It ran all the way towards the corner. Strike 1, though, to Moeller. Moeller, the team leader in average, came into the game hitting over 300. The only player on the team with that high of a mark. Another ground ball hit foul at the first base side. That actually kicked a bunch of chalk off of the first baseline in the home plate circle. But the count goes to 0-2. As a team, Purdue Fort Wayne came into the series hitting .237 on the year. That ranks 276 in the country. Last in the league. Here's the 0-2. Lifted in the air, left field, going back on at his pace. Now slows up as he hits towards the left center field gap, and he makes the catch for out number 3. A 1-out single, but no more for the Mastodons in the 6th. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left, and through 6 innings, Oral Roberts leads 8-0. 8 9-1 hitters due up in the 7th for the Golden Eagles. This is ORU Baseball on the ORU Sports Network. Chase Phelps still on the mound for Purdue Fort Wayne, now into his 4th inning of work. He's allowed but 1 run, a solo shot to Blake Hall, who was the second batter he faced back in the 4th inning. He'll face Riley Kaiser to start off this frame. Kaiser 2 for 3 on the day with an RBI and a run, both coming in the 3rd inning. Kaiser, all of his hits in this series, all 5 of them, have come either back up the middle or to the opposite field. It'll be Kaiser, Martinez, then McMurray, Wilson, and Hinson if the Golden Eagles can have a couple of guys reach. The 1-0, foul back to the backstop, evens the count at 1-1. He gave up 7 runs in total, but Tyler Kissinger threw 78 pitches for Purdue Fort Wayne, and they needed somebody to eat up some innings in this game. With the doubleheader on tap, 6 pitchers used yesterday, and of those 6, 4 of them threw more than 50 pitches, as ball 2 runs inside on Kaiser. So the bullpen was not in great shape. Kissinger and Phelps helping to recover that a little bit today. As ball 3 misses inside, Riley Kaiser trying to become the first leadoff man to reach for the Golden Eagles since the 3rd inning. No, since the 2nd inning. 1st and 2nd were both led off with singles. ORU hasn't had a leadoff man reach since, even in that 6-run 3rd. 8-0 the score. The 3-1 to Kaiser. Hit towards right field. Going back on it is Dixon. Over his right shoulder, reaches up, and he makes the catch on the run for out number 1. Dixon has made a couple of long runs to haul in fly balls in this game. That's 1 down.
Now batting number 13.
13 hits right now for the Golden Eagles, 5 for Purdue Fort Wayne. All 3 errors charged against the Mastodons. Anthony Martinez will come to the plate. 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. He also drove in a run on that walk in the 3rd inning. Martinez trying to get something going here in the top of the 7th before we get back to the top of the Golden Eagle order. Lines 1 at the 3rd base side, foul. Just a little out in front of it. That's extra bases if it falls in fair territory. Or you got a double from Pace with 1 out an inning ago in the 6th. Martinez trying to see what he can do with 1 out and nobody on here in the 7th. Breaking ball drops into the zone. Count is 0-2. Oh-2 count, 1 down. Phelps sets, throws home. Chopped foul up the 3rd base side. A breaking ball that went away from Martinez. He reached way out to get that one. Somehow morphed his bat into like an Alfonso Soriano length bat. Dude used to hit with like 35 inches of lumber. Oh-2 count against Martinez, 1 out. Martinez holds his swing up on this one. They appeal down to first. And first base umpire today, Justin Bursch, says he did not go around. So the count goes to 1-2. Third base umpire today, Andy Joseph. Behind the plate, Kevin Worth. 1-2 count, 1 down. Nobody on in an 8-0 game, top of the 7th. Martinez calls time and steps out. Another 1-2. This one's up high. And the count evens at 2-2. Martinez trying to battle his way back into this count. Give himself a chance to find one. He's seen 5 pitches now in 3 of his 4 plate appearances today, 5 or more. Here's the 2-2. Hit high in the air to left field. Heading towards foul territory. A long run and just unable to get there was Brunson. Alec Brunson made quite an effort on that ball. That was a very long trek, and he wasn't able to quite get there. But I didn't think he had any chance to get there when the ball left the bat. Solid effort on his part. takes him a moment to get back into position in left field. Yeah, probably a 40-yard run. He is playing close to the line in left. There is a ton of room in the left center field gap. Another 2-2, grounded right at the third baseman. Stoner scoops it up, throws across the diamond, 2 down. Another 2-2, grounded right at the third baseman. Stoner scoops it up, throws across the diamond, 2 down. Brings up Jake McMurray with 2 down. Nobody on here in the 7th. If the Golden Eagles fail to score in this frame, it would be the first time in these 2 games that they have gone 3 straight innings without scoring a run. Ball 1 is low to start the at-bat. On deck hitter, Hunter Wilson over to get it. Spencer Henson would be next if the Golden Eagles can get to him. 1-0 count. Phelps comes set, working exclusively from the stretch here. Spikes this one in the dirt as well, and the count goes to 2-0. McMurray reached base in all 5 plate appearances yesterday. 0 for 0 statistically, but he was hit by 2 pitches and walked 3 times. Today, 2 for 4, both singles, an RBI and a run scored. Ball 3 is below the knees, and McMurray well ahead in the count here. McMurray has 6 multi-walk games this year. Unlikely that he'll have a multi-walk game today because he hasn't walked yet. The 3-0 right down the middle for a strike. At least in this game, maybe in game 2. 3-1 count, 2 down. Phelps delivers home. Breaking ball in for strike 2, and the count's full to Jake McMurray. Not a lot of pace in this inning, but no runners yet for the Golden Eagles. Ball 4 is in the dirt. McMurray draws the walk, and that'll bring up Hunter Wilson. Wilson today is 0 for 3 with a sac fly RBI back in the 3rd.
Next batter, Hunter Wilson.
Wilson trying to extend the inning for Spencer Henson on deck. An 8-0 advantage for the Golden Eagles as we play in the top of the 7th. And strike 1 catches the outside corner. That was pitch number 60, by the way, from Chase Phelps here in his 4th inning of work. Even though ORU hasn't been able to score on him, they've gotten guys on base and they've worked a lot of long counts. It's elevated the pitch count of Phelps. Here's the 0-1. That one's down low. That draws things even at 1-1. Phelps came in with an ERA north of 10, but has pitched well so far in this one. Again, the team leader in innings pitched this season. This is his 4th appearance out of the pen of the season. Here's the 1-1. Hit in the air towards right field, right center field that is, laying the center fielder back for it and makes the catch in the right center field gap for out number 3.
Hey, man, time to stretch.
No runs on no hits, no errors, 1 left in the 7th. And we go to the bottom of the 7th with the Golden Eagles leading at 8-0. 5, 6, 7 hitters due up for the Mastodons. This is Golden Eagle Baseball on the ORU Sports Network. 10 straight. He is yet to allow a runner past second base in this contest. Here's the 0-2, up high. Fastball stayed up out of the hand of Gaskins. LaVere, Chapman, Dixon due up in this inning for the Mastodons. LaVere at the plate now, 1 for 2. The 1-2, shot foul on a line at the third base side. That'll keep the count stationary for the time being. 80 pitches now for Matt Gaskins. It took a while before I learned that Matt Gaskins actually wears glasses, clear glasses under his hat as a ball is lifted in the air to left field. McMurray going after it from his third base spot. A very long run as he approaches the tarp. He wasn't able to get there. I don't actually know where that ball landed. I have no idea. Nobody caught it, so it'll stay at 1-2. Gaskins got 4 strikeouts through 3 1/3, but he's had a little more trouble putting guys away here as of late. Trenton Stoner fouled off 5 2-strike pitches and an at-bat in the 5th. Now 2 2-strike pitches fouled off by LaVere in this at-bat. One, 2 on its way. Swung on and missed, strike 3. 5th strikeout of the game out of the right arm of Matt Gaskins. But yeah, so Gaskins has some Oakley glasses that he pitches with. And the frames kind of hide up underneath his hat. So from a distance, you really can't tell that he has them on. Strike 1 hits the outside corner to Aaron Chapman. Gaskins going through his pregame routine today while the offensive guys were hitting in the cages inside. He was just laying down on the floor, head up against the wall, relaxing before he finally came out and started his warm-up process about 90 minutes before first pitch as ball 1 missed low and away. 1-1 count, 1 out, nobody on, an 8-0 ball game. Golden Eagles lead it here in the bottom of the 7th. Pop fly on the infield. Behind the second base bag is the shortstop Martinez. He gloves it for out number 2.
Next up for the Mastodons, number 27.
That'll bring up Jacob Dixon, 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. Not in that order. First pitch home, missed low and in. Kaiser picked it out of the dirt. Gaskins hasn't had a 1-2-3 inning since going back-to-back in the 2nd and 3rd, trying to do the same here. Whoa, but it won't happen. That one ran up and in on Dixon and hit him in the shoulder. He tosses the bat back. Hasn't had a 1-2-3 inning since going back-to-back in the 2nd and 3rd, trying to do the same here. Whoa, but it won't happen. That one ran up and in on Dixon and hit him in the shoulder. 2 outs and now 1 on for Jack Lang. Singled through the left side of the infield in the 5th before being rolled up in a double play the next at batter. Still 2 down, swing and a miss on strike 1 to Jack Lang. There is no action in the ORU bullpen, and I would think there won't be in this inning unless something turns. With a doubleheader in play, you want to save as much of that bullpen as you can, and that gives you some options, I guess, to start game 2 of the doubleheader as well. Here's the 0-1, lifted in the air, right side, trying to get out of play. Henson giving chase. He's out of room. Lands next to the softball batting cages, just behind the ORU dugout at the first base side. An 0-2 count now to Jack Lang. That third starter listed as to be determined. It actually was Isaac Coffey again last week. Coffey, technically speaking, started 2 games last week, the midweek and the weekend game. Slider breaks outside. Lang laid off of it. Good pitch, but he couldn't get into chase. 90 pitches now from Gaskins. One, 2 count, 2 down. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Gaskins fans 2 in the frame. He struck out 6. That ties his career high as a Golden Eagle. And through 7, ORU leads at 8-0. No runs on no hits, no errors, 1 left in the 7th. We go to the top of the 8th. 3, 4, 5 hitters due up for Oral Roberts. Spencer Hinson will lead off an inning for a 2nd time today. Struck out leading off the 2nd. Check that, the 3rd. Takes ball 1 low and in to start this at bat. It's an 8-0 ORU advantage as we play into the 8th inning. Game yesterday only lasted 7. As the 1-0 is hit hard towards center field. Lang going back on it. Now holds up about 10, 12 steps shy of the warning track. Makes the catch for out number 1. Lang was playing deep.
27, Isaac Coffey.
And 1 out on just 2 pitches here in the 8th inning. Isaac Coffey will step to the plate. Coffey is 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored today. Coffey has looked really good in the cage pregame the last couple of days, but it hasn't necessarily translated to the field. Coffey 0 for 3 yesterday, and again 1 for 4 today. Strike 1 was in there. Here's the 0-1. Coffey pops this one back out of play. Strike 2. Overcast skies, the wind blowing out to center field here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Potential for scattered showers to start around 1:30. Here's the 0-2. Two-seamer dropped low. Coffey laid off of it, ball 1. This is quite the day of options for ORU Director of Baseball Operations Matt Moore, as a fly ball is popped to the right side, foul territory. The first baseman up is over towards the ORU dugout, and he can't make the catch. Popped out of his glove. Coffey stays alive. The count stays at 1-2. But for Matt Moore on a day like today, there's about 3 or 4 different potential scenarios. That scored an error, by the way, to keep Coffey alive. Anyway, if you manage to get both games in, then you get dinner on the bus and you head home to Tulsa for an overnight bus trip. If not, you go back to the hotel and play again tomorrow. Who knows when, with the rain, you might be able to get back on the field as ball 2 misses low. Theoretically, there's a possibility in which this game could be delayed. Game 2 could be delayed and still played this afternoon. So there's a whole host of options, and he's got to be prepared for all of them. Doing a good job keeping up with it. Similar situation last week as well. Ground ball hits off the third baseman. Karams into foul territory, but it's a fair ball. Coffey a big round around first, but he'll hold up at first base. 1 down and a man on here in the inning. That scored a hit on a hard hit ball by Coffey right at the third baseman Stoner. Second hit of the day for Isaac Coffey. And it brings up Andrew Pace. Both pitchers in the game now for Purdue Fort Wayne have eclipsed the 70 pitch mark. Andrew Pace, 3 hits on the day already, including a double in his last at bat up the right field line. Pickoff move behind Coffey. He's back in safely. Coffey does not have a stolen base this year. They did put him in motion on a hit and run earlier that Pace was successful on. And Pace is a good guy to apply that hit and run with because, 1, he's trying to pull the ball to that side anyway. 2, he's not a guy who punches out a ton. Another pickoff move behind Coffey, dives back in safely. While light rain is expected within about an hour or so here, it is possible that you can play through it, provided that the field, which has already taken on a bunch of water anyway, doesn't react poorly. Ball 1 is low and away to Andrew Pace. Game 2 scheduled essentially to turn around and start right after this one. 8-0 the score in the top of the 8th inning. 14 hits for the Golden Eagles in this one. ORU scoring 25 runs on 19 hits yesterday as ball 2 misses low. But ORU, after drawing a season-high 15 walks yesterday, has drawn only 1 in this contest. 2-0 the count, 1 down. Coffey over on first, a pickoff move behind him. He dives back in without a tag. Gold jerseys, gray pants for the Golden Eagles, looking for their first win in that uniform combination this year. 0-1 previously. This is not a combination we've seen a lot this season. White jerseys and pants for the Mastodons. Here's the 2-0. Pace takes a fastball in there for strike 1. Three for 4 on the day is Andrew Pace. All 3 hits to the right side. Pace is not necessarily a guy who you would consider a pull hitter, although he does get that right hip well out in front on his swing. Kind of leads that direction. The 2-1 hit towards right center field, and it's down for a base knock. Coffey rounding second, going to try to get to third. Dixon fires from right field, and the throw is cut off. So Pace with his 4th hit of the day. Coffey goes first to third on the play, and runners are on the corners with only 1 out for Blake Hall.
Next batter, number 7, Blake Hall.
For Andrew Pace, hit number 4 ties his previous career high set against Murray State back on opening day this year. Two on now with 1 out for Blake Hall. Blake is 2 for 4 with a home run. He's driven in runs in both of his at-bats in which he got a hit today. An RBI single in the 3rd. Strike 1 is called. Hall was the 2nd batter to face Phelps in this game. Took him out over the left field wall. Wind blowing out to center right now. And the center fielder Lang is playing fairly close in, despite Hall hitting one over his head yesterday in the 1st inning. Ball 1. It's a 1-1 count. We'll reset the Fort Wayne defense for you here in just a moment. Hall waving the bat behind his head. Swings and hits one high in the air to left. Brunson is coming in on it. Pace looking to tag, rather Coffey looking to tag at third. Takes a few hard steps, but doesn't have a chance to score. Fly ball goes for out number 2. That'll bring up Hunter Swift.
Next batter, Hunter Swift.
The defense behind Phelps right now. LaVere behind the plate. Up at first, Chapman at second, Yoho at short, Stoner at third. Brunson in left, Lang in center, and Dixon in right. 8-0 the score. Hunter Swift walks into the left-handed batter's box. Riley Kaiser waits on deck. Swift digging into the left-handed batter's box. Swishing dirt out of the way with his cleats. And now waits. Pitch number 1 is low. Good block from LaVere to keep Pace from advancing to second, and here's why that's important for the Mastodons. If Pace gets into scoring position, then Swift could potentially drive 2 guys in with a base hit. That would make it a 10-run game. And Fort Wayne would have to score in the bottom half of this 8th inning to keep it alive. Strike 1, called on the outside corner. By my count, Phelps has now equaled Tyler Kissinger with 78 pitches in the game, with pitch number 79 upcoming here. Phelps on the mound listed at 6 foot. Just 5'7" for Hunter Swift. 2 outs, runners on the corners in an 8-0 ball game, and Swift calls time and steps out. Swift has driven in 13 on the year, hitting .321 in the last 10 games coming into the weekend. And then Swift went 2 for 4 yesterday. Ball 2 falls just outside of the zone. Swift works ahead 2-1. Two hits in the game today as well. One to right, one to left center, both singles. He scored a run, hasn't driven one in today. Swift yesterday, in addition to going 2 for 4, was also hit by a pitch and drew a walk. He scored 3 runs. So he's had a good series at the plate. Grounds listen to the left side. This is going to be a tough play. Phelps picks it up, throws to first, not in time. And Swift drives in the run on the infield single. Swift will no doubt get some ragging from the ORU dugout on the cap shot single at the third base side, swinging bunt deluxe, but it got the job done. And now it's 9-0 Oral Roberts. Runners on first and second with 2 outs for Riley Kaiser. Kaiser had 2 on in front of him yesterday when he hit one over the right center field wall for his 3rd home run of the year. 7 RBI yesterday got Kaiser into 2nd place on the team, up to 30 on the year. And he's got another one today. Henson just 2 ahead of him for the team lead at 33. Kaiser closing the gap quickly with that big game yesterday. 0-1 count. 2 down. Runners at first and second. Breaking ball in there for strike 2. More than 80 pitches now for Chase Phelps. Kaiser hits in his first 2 at-bats today. Ground out to second and a fly out to right. Here's the 0-2. In the dirt. Well blocked by LaVere, so nobody can advance. Now a 9-0 game. ORU breaks a 3 consecutive inning streak in which it had not scored. Phelps steps off the rubber and wants to reset. No dirt up the baselines here. Just around the infield first to third and around home plate in the pitcher's mound. And then a dirt warning track as well that goes all the way around the entirety of the grounds. Here's the 1-2. Kaiser takes a fastball up high, wouldn't chase after the high heater. And that's something that Kaiser, who has walked 7 more times than he struck out this season, he's been very disciplined at the plate. He has not chased a lot of things up, which is impressive considering, you know, he was struggling some hitting early in the year. He was hitting the ball pretty hard, just wasn't getting base hits, but that would seem to lead you to want to chase more pitches up in the zone like that, and for the most part he hasn't. 2-2 count. Looking to drive in Andrew Pace from second base, which would make this a 10-run game here in the 8th. 16 hits for the Golden Eagles, just 3 behind yesterday, which equaled the season high. Ball 3 is in the dirt, and the count is full now to Riley Kaiser. It's already pretty brisk out there today. You start to add some rain in, and that's not going to help the situation. Hopefully we'll stay dry. Full count, 2 down, runners on first and second. Both can be on the move on this pitch. Phelps delivers home. Line drive back at the middle, down in center field. Pace rounding third. He will try to score as it's scooped up in center by Lang, and it's a 10-0 ball game on the RBI single from Riley Kaiser, who continues to be productive at the plate in this series. He's now driven in 9 runs in 2 games. His third hit of the day brings home Pace. Swift goes first to third on the play as well. Runners on the corners with 2 outs for Anthony Martinez. "17 hits in the game now for the Golden Eagles, leading to 10 runs. ORU hasn't been as efficient bringing guys in today as they were yesterday, but still, another impressive day at the plate. Martinez checks his swing. Did he go around on the appeal? No, he did not. Ball 1 is low. ORU's second inning in this contest with multiple runs. The Golden Eagles got 6 in the third as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 consecutive batters reached in that inning. Ground ball chop foul over towards the third base side, evens the count at 1-1. Somebody's throwing in the Golden Eagle bullpen. I think that's Isaac Coffey, who may be going through his pregame routine for game 2. Slark says no. That's Gaskins down there staying warm. Gaskins trying to stay warm on a long wait here. It's a 2-1 count. After ball 2 to Anthony Martinez. Runners on the corners in front of him. 2 runs in the inning already for the Golden Eagles. Ground ball hit at the third baseman. Scooped up by Stoner. Throws across the diamond for out number 3. ORU gets 2 runs in the inning on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. No errors, 1 error. 2 left on. And ORU trying to end this game with a scoreless bottom of the 8th inning. We'll see if they can do that when we come back. 9-1-2 hitters due up for Purdue Fort Wayne. This is Golden Eagle Baseball on the ORU Sports Network. The Golden Eagles, he'll face the 9-1-2 hitters in the Purdue Fort Wayne order. Stoner up, Yoho in that order. Foul tip on strike 1 to start the inning. That's 92 pitches now for Matt Gaskins. Stoner 0 for 2, couple of ground outs, including grounding into a double play in the 5th. He's hit a ground ball to second and a ground ball to short. Lifts this one in the air but pops it foul, and the count goes to 0-2. ORU trying to make it 6 of the last 7 and 7 of the last 9 with a victory here in game 1 of the doubleheader. Here's a looping shot right at Martinez at shortstop, though, and he gloves it for out number 1.
For 17, Travis up.
1 down, nobody on for Travis up. Entirely possible that we will end game 1 before any of the other Summit League games scheduled for today take place. South Dakota State and Omaha don't start till 2 p.m. Central Time, 3 o'clock here in the Eastern Time Zone. As up fouls off strike one. They moved it back. They moved that game back to 4 o'clock Central Time. So that one taking place a little bit later as a breaking ball misses outside. The count is even at 1-1. One swung through and missed for strike two. And the count goes to 1-2. Gaskins struck out 2 in the 7th. He's matched his career high with 6 in this contest. One-two on its way. Lifted foul over the left side. Meanwhile, North Dakota State and Western Illinois, they were supposed to play one game each day this week, and they moved their Sunday game up to today, so they're trying to play a doubleheader in Fargo today. Here's the 1-2, swung through and missed, strike 3, and a new career high 7 strikeouts for Matt Gaskins in the game. 2 down, nobody on in the inning.
Number 22, Brandon.
So that game 1 of the doubleheader in Fargo today is scheduled to start at 1 o'clock Central Time. So that game coming up in a little less than an hour here. One more out would do it, but here's a fly ball to left field. Pace back for it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. A tidy 100-pitch, 8-inning complete game for Matt Gaskins. A shutout in the process as well. And ORU wins it 10-0 in game 1 of the doubleheader and have taken the first 2 games of this series both by run rule as we wrap up that contest in just under 2.5 hours. We will take a break. The Don Thornton Cadillac postgame show is coming up when we return. This is Golden Eagle Baseball on the ORU Sports Network.
I'm traveling a lot, always have a craving for Whataburger. I had to make a connection in Houston, had about an hour. Whataburger just opened at Terminal B. Boom, I need to have a patty melt. The creamy pepper sauce, Monterey Jack cheese, bread's toasted. Grabbed my patty melt, started rushing it back. By the time I got there, the lady was just closing the door. She sees my bag, she goes, sorry, but if you give me a Whataburger, I'll let you on the plane. And I told her, book me on to the next flight. And I was late for work, but it was